Hello and welcome. Let's deeply breathe. It is a Monday named after the day of the moon. It is April 2024 and it is the 8th of April 2024 and it is 11:15 a.m. and I'm sharing with you based on the lands near the Atlantic, North Sea, ocean, where the river Elbe and the river Weser meet it and create a triangle that used to be ocean floor. And it is based in Central Europe as a part of Northwest Germany. Close to Holland, England, Denmark. There is the North Sea and there are special areas, special sandbanks. In fact, it could be that the situation is similar to that of the Mediterranean Ocean, that this used to be a land bridge, as the area. Okay, guys, let's just breathe. We could say there is no time and space as we know it. There is no place, name, coordinates as we know it. It is a reference. If all is sound or all is light or all is voice, all is music, all is energy, all is, yeah, all is coming down to, let's call them love particles that take on different forms. All is breath. We are breath. And our breath is, if you want to say it, the physical proof. We find ourselves here in these beingness and these bodies in these realms. There's some saying, it says, lo and behold, we are multidimensional, always have been. There is no separation, and we are here in this realm. Yes, it feels a little bit like we are swimming in a giant sea, and this sea may not be water, even though it fits to the Piscean theme. It is maybe what is referred to as plasma light. It doesn't matter. It does not. Let's not get hung up on definitions. It is about a feeling. So we are all aware today is a solar eclipse that seems to be connected to this year's equinox of March 21st, around that. Usually you can count about 3 days for all these events. And then we had the lunar eclipse, and now we have the solar eclipse. And yes, it's been and it is still is absolutely challenging on this mutable, changing physical light body, because if you ask this famous question, what was there first, the chicken or the egg? Well, the energy, the intention. So some of us came here into this light year of, well, what cycle is this? I'm getting something around 22, more like million years. I understand that many follow the 24,000 year cycle, and that may suffice. Some of us came here because they were persuaded. And right now, yes, we are in April. It is a month of growth from the seasonal perspective. It is the astrological new year with this new moon after the tropical 12th sign zodiac. This is one lens, this is one voice, this is one interpretation, one map, if you wish. There are many more. And I will be sharing with you a small painting I finished yesterday, and I was referring to the star constellation of Monoceros or Monoceros, the unicorn, Einhorn. Even though we know it is not a horn, it is an energy. It's a third eye. It is an energetic, illuminating connection. So for some reason, I'm more in the energy of the unicorn than that of Aries, but I'm not dismissing anything because all has truth. And then, of course, the centaur, Chiron. So you can read up a lot about the Greek, or the Hellenistic, I should say, the Hellenistic astrology and the symbolism behind it. And this is just background information, because as the energy was coming in, I wanted to share with you that we are in a watery, plasmary land So there are the water spirits or water horses. The kelpies, and they're not bad spirits. Let's go away from that doom and gloom. Then there are the unicorns of Neptune, which are related for some reason to Atlantis. And then there are, and so obviously they live in the oceans and in the waters. And then there are the land horses that have big significance of freedom, unity, and a strength as well as highly psychic sensitivity. And then there are obviously the dolphins, and you could say the whale, so wisdom of the ages. Many more coming in. Yeah, the turtle symbol. But we are in the realm of Pegasus. So and we are in the edge of the ocean where the land meets it. So we are at that point where the ocean meets the beach or the land meets the waves. Oh, okay, I understand. This has to do with us being born into the cave of our mothers that was flooded with warm ocean water, nurturing, yeah, kind of had all the ingredients like a little way like coconut water, warm, and the moment we took our first breath of air. So this is our personal link as our he came in here and then obviously was first placed on the earth, maybe on a blanket, and then after a few months we started rolling and then walking on all fours, and then we are lifting ourselves up, wanting to use our feet. And so there are commonalities between all humans, and in a way it's all mammals and the land living mammals, but obviously we never lose that ocean that is in us, within us. And so the breath cannot happen without certain amount of moisture. So there is the connection of, if you want to call it, the water cycle in our body that is referred to the water meridian in the kidneys and the bladder. And obviously there is the air cycle, which has to do with the lungs. And then how the blood is moved through the breath and connection to liver and the heart and really the entire connection. So we have apparently the entire cosmos in us, and the organs refer to planetary bodies, while we are the inner universe living in an outer universe. And this has to do also with our awareness of our own being like a planet, very individual in many ways, living with others on this planet and living on this planet in a position in the universe that is marked by the constellations seen from this planet. And obviously heliocentric, you could say, so based around the sun. And I suppose we're going galactic, so we may be able to see or may remember how we saw our universe from the various positions when we came in onto Earth to manifest in the spark that many say we chose. However, my understanding is more about when the call goes out and we contemplate to leave where we just are to come here. It's more a matter of taking what is available. I'm not going to dismiss many of the teachings. What I would like to share with you is that there are many versions, not just one. Whatever resonates for you, and you may not be clear, but there are many paths for coming here. And not everybody comes through the sun portal or the galactic center or the supergalactic center. Not everybody leaves Earth and I wonder if anybody agreed to come here because none of us consciously created what we find here. However, maybe many came to support the being of Earth, Gaia, Tara. I get the word panacea. So many came here because Earth is holding out, nature is holding out, animals are holding out, all our resources are here, and whatever might, whatever energy That energy that felt as if was blocking us from being ourselves, from living our dreams, from realizing our projects. And some of you may be really successful, have areas in your life that are satisfying, and have met valuable people on the path. Yes, I understand. Many refer to the illusion, the dream, the as if life was a movie. Personally, I find that a too shallow explanation, and I feel then for my grandparents and my parents who really went through dire times to contribute and against all odds survived and were able to have a family, and finding myself here after decades of self-reflection, after being the best, as I'm sure you all try to be. And in a way, it feels like the stand-up paddler on the ocean that is facing the offshore waves trying to get onto land. So, yeah, pushing against the wind, pushing against the waves, and still standing, making it onto the shore of these lands and finding ourselves here, and maybe in situations that we are tired of. So there is this huge, it's not an exhaustion, that feels more this huge tiredness on all levels, very much on a muscular level, very much on the inner bone level, and very much on in every cell. And then comes this part that is connected to the brain, and then there is this part of, so the physical body really feels ultra heavy, a bit like lead in cotton. Feel like I've had a 360-degree workout, like a circle training, and then there is this mental tiredness from being too much focused on trying to understand this life. And there's this emotional tiredness of not understanding, but on choosing peace, choosing love, and choosing action in the sense of deciding inside to live an abundant, joyful, peaceful, love-filled, laughter-filled, creative life. I would like to give a shout out to anyone who has traveled to places that are considered sacred, that are in their solar eclipse path. However, it's happening on Earth, and I hope you have clear sky to see or to feel, and I hope the hype is not impacting people. I cannot fear any fear at all. Cannot feel any fear at all. It is just letting go of the old. And then I would like to say hi to Heather and her group in the King's Chamber in the Great Pyramid in Egypt that I tried to link to yesterday on the 7th. I fell asleep trying to meditate. So let's enter. The first question to ask is, why is it a rectangular room? Why is it not a circle? Because the zodiac signs are there, and in the video please, I cannot recall the names of other people that do the research. It is all referenced in the video. I will link it. So it has something to do with the time when the quarries or the stones or the pyramids were built. There was a direction running along the meridians of the North Star and the sunrise, though I get northeast. And in earlier times, it would have been a circle. Not getting anything else. Okay, what I'm getting is that looking at planet Earth, noting the moment the sun rises above the horizon and there is a marker there, and then tracking the sun's path tracking when the sun sets. tracking when the moon is visible, tracking when the stars are visible. And so, yeah, certain constellations quadrant. Okay, the quadrant has something to do with your numerology. So apparently the lines of the inner and outer architecture of the pyramids were following certain constellations, and because the heavenly bodies appear as dots or spheres or planets, and because of the ecliptic or the various horizons, so they're marking endpoints, or they're marking a bit like the lunar nodes, meaning there are points where the movement of certain constellation meet, and so that becomes then a pattern, and that happened to be this geometric form, a rectangle or square, and this is how these forms happen. So what are we here for? And when I say that, I can feel the entire chamber filling in golden light, and there are people sounding. I can hear drumming. Not sure if this is in other locations around this planet. There is a hum. It's not just the it is many voices that are moving, singing, and everybody is focusing on peace. I can see a flock of birds, possibly cranes, or it's a bit like a huge flock, like water-based animals, and it seems to be a type of crane flying to carry messages of peace, and the water is sending it out to all the water-dwelling animals. And in fact, all of the animal beings, all of the crystal stones, all of the light, all of nature, in fact, is sending out in their voice their decision for peace, and this vibration fills all the waters of this planet, and then all the water bodies resonate, and all of the mountains too. I get the symbol of a bell, but not to be confused with any religious being order. This is a golden bell that calls in peace from a superconscious conscious soul agreement. It shatters all that is inorganic. All the animals know, all of nature knows. In fact, all newborns know, and in fact, all young ones know. In fact, all humans know that this is the start of peace. I feel my heart resonating with this. Everything and everyone, every being knows that the truth is peace. In fact, there are some hieroglyphs across this planet that depict peace. It seems to be three hearts joined with an arrow, but the arrow is not that of a broken heart. This is the unicorn's energetic protection. And this refers to the heart organ. This refers to our soul heart, and this refers to the empathy, the compassion heart. So these are areas that all beings have, and because it is a hieroglyph, it isn't just active on the linear, and this is the misinterpretation of all our alphabets, all symbols. We forget that it is multidimensional, like runes or the origins of the alphabet, the origins of our vowels, the origins of trying to make, and everybody could write. I don't mean in the modern Gutenberg Bible sense. This is a historical misinterpretation. There is information missing. No, I mean everyone could tell a story, and everyone had a way of communicating with dots or with forms. I mean, we have a body, And even though this body may have changed, but the openings of our bodies are similar. So the organs that we have and how many of them, and the sounds we can make, the sounds each baby is making. And so drawing and painting, baking bread or making sandcastles, basically it's all to do with the creativity, and it's all about symbols. So they are given and they live in the realm of this planet. All our memory, and there is nothing wrong with anything. The issue is that we were supposedly pushed into following one determined form that was conditioned by where we got born into and the culture we faced and the so-called education we were exposed to. However, in a way, writing a form is a hieroglyph, is a sound. It is just sad that we no longer handwrite. So we can see how many things we've become digitalized. However, our body can still connect to the volume of knowing, knowledge, wisdom. And why do we have books? Because it is a help for those that are no longer amongst us, leaving their wisdom with us to be explored when we may not have had an upbringing that was centered around wisdom of the ages, and much that has got lost in the conflicts prior, and everyday life may not have left enough energy to connect with your creativity. So no, you don't have to be able to write to be an intelligent human being here. No, but you do have communication skills. It's the energy behind the way your eyes, your hands, your mouth, your kindness speaks volumes, and it is just the limitation of, sadly, maybe learning only one language when there are many, and in a way they're all connected. However, hmm, nature is symbolic. The movement of the sun and the stars is symbolic, and so is the constellation of the various star alignments, whether this is Chiron and the various centaurs, whether this is Pegasus, or whether this is Monoceros or Cetus the whale, or the many, many, many creatures. Of course, it was put there to relate to our life that was richer. But our understanding was purely wire, feeling, and vibration. Yes, this is maybe where a picture speaks 1,000 words, but what it really means is everybody understands it the way they connect with it, what it means to them, what resonates in them. However, that does not mean pictures are better. They are part of each other. Okay. Okay, today the healing circle, the peace circle, is that of a multicolored, fluorescent, glittering, multi-strand circle, and I am asked to ask you to place into this circle your biggest wish for now, your biggest desire for now. It could be a concrete wish, or it could be something like, I want to, I wish to, I ask to feel happiness in me, joy. I wish to feel the spring in me. I wish to feel the flowers, the trees, the singing of the birds. I wish to see the sun. I wish to feel it on my skin. Or maybe you have a very, very concrete wish for a loved one that is going through the manifestation of some symptoms. May I ask for my beloved and for me come back into health, wholeness, and joy to live a life of abundance and ease in love and peace. May I share my compassion, my passion, my creativity, my love, and my life with kindred heart souls. May I be able to see the unique color, resonance, and spark in each being that I encounter, and yet realize the uniqueness of us all. And may I see my place, my wisdom pieces now, here, forever. Peace be now, and so it is. Thanking you. I can hear some music, and so maybe wishing you a wonderful day and night, a wonderful week, and a wonderful new astrological year. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. It is because of you and because of the energy for peace and the compassion I feel that I follow my intuition, allow myself to be heard in public, guided by that with wishes to connect. There are many geometric forms, prisms, colors. I suppose our baseline is reorganization. Our DNA is igniting and restructuring, and yeah, peace is here. I trust and thank all the energies that This vibration will be shared with all places on this planet, within this planet, and in this multiverse, and that all beings are able to make peace with themselves and we focus on a full life, full peace, diplomatic constellation of being. And yes, the flying, water, horse, mer, horse, Pegasus, unicorn stands for peace on all, in all realms, in all dimensions. That is a symbol. These are peace horses, wisdom pieces. Thanking, my thanks go to BluHorse at BluHorses. And this is Blue from blueroom.org. And thank you for sharing. Thank you for listening. Thank you for taking the time. And thank you for being that peaceful, joyful, loving, creative, multidimensional human being, wherever you are. Being like your own planet, your own sun, your own star, your own heart-based individual, lighting up this planet now that we all join in an abundant, fair, multifaceted, peaceful, loving way of being. Thank you. Thank you. So it is. Thank you.